"Mom, she's sleeping in the suitcase." Hannah froze, grocery bags in hand, her 6-year-old son pointing to a tattered black suitcase sitting just behind their apartment dumpster. She thought he was being silly. Kids say things they imagine, but something about his voice, flat, certain, made her heart skip. She set the bags down and slowly stepped closer. The suitcase moved. Act 1. A mother's instinct. Hannah Alvarez wasn't a cop. She wasn't trained for danger. She was a single mom, 2 jobs, too little sleep, and barely enough money to make rent in their small East Cleveland complex. Her son, Liam, was quiet but observant. Ever since his dad died in a roadside accident, he hadn't spoken much, but when he did, Hannah listened, and told Thea a broken bar she wished she hadn't had to. The suitcase was half-zipped, duct-taped around the sides, dirty, frayed, like it had been through more than just baggage handling. Hannah didn't want to look, but she did. Inside was a little girl, unconscious, breathing shallowly, no shoes, scratches on her arms, stuffed between a blanket and a broken tablet. She couldn't have been older than 5. Act 2. The call and the chaos. Hannah called 911, voice shaking. Liam held her hand tightly, watching everything with wide eyes. Paramedics arrived fast, police faster. The girl, later identified as Amara, was rushed to the hospital. Dehydrated, malnourished, drugged. The detective who questioned Hannah looked shaken. "If you hadn't found here a broken bar, if your boy hadn't seen a..." He didn't finish the sentence. A man was arrested 3 blocks away. Security footage showed him dragging the suitcase down the alley earlier that morning. He wasn't her father, or uncle, or anyone who should have been near her. What he was worse than anyone imagined. Act 3. The twist they never saw coming. The investigation unraveled fast. Amara had been reported missing 3 states away, but her case hadn't made headlines. No Amber Alert. Why? Because her mother had been in gaol. Her relatives didn't want her, and the system, overwhelmed and underfunded, they had lost track of her temporary placement. No one noticed she was gone. No one except Liam. It haunted Hannah. How many other kids were out there, unnoticed, unheard? But it also lit something in her, a fire, a purpose. She didn't just move on, she moved toward something. Act 4. The heartfelt climax. Amara recovered slowly. The first time Hannah and Liam visited her in the hospital, she clung to Hannah's sweater like she hadn't touched softness in weeks. She didn't speak, but when Liam handed her his favorite stuffed lion, the one he slept with since his dad died, she took it gently and smiled. A quiet, broken, beautiful smile. The doctors said she'd need therapy, stability, love. She had a long road ahead, but she wasn't walking it alone anymore, because when the court asked Hannah if she'd consider becoming a foster guardian, a broken bar, she didn't hesitate, ending a message of hope. A year later, the small apartment felt fuller, warmer. Liam laughed more. Amara spoke now, not much, but enough. Enough to say mama when she hugged Hannah goodnight. They celebrated birthdays with dollar store balloons and cupcakes. They danced in the kitchen. They read bedtime stories in forts made of couch cushions. And they never walked past the suitcase again without checking. Because sometimes, the smallest voices see what we don't. And sometimes, the bravest thing a person can do broken bar is stop, look, and care. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because in a world that often looks away, being the one who sees can save a life.